tuning into this Instagram channel with a few deep breaths. This is something that in the rushing world we forget to do. So if you happen to be here, you can leave a comment, you can say hello, you can say how are you, and you can take this space as a little space to breathe, slow down and see and hear what the universe has to tell you today as a message for this week. So this time I start with a poem. And the poem goes, for the ones who are searching from the outside, which is fine, because outside is a tremendous place of magic and beauty and potential for miracles to happen, because as human beings we grow with each other. However, sometimes we might lose ourselves in the search. We might lose ourselves in the external relationships, and sometimes they are just so deep and so intense and so magical that they take all of us, that they take us fully in, and it feels almost like a detachment from the reality at some point. So what I'm inviting with this poem is the feeling of integrity, the knowing of who you are, so you can allow yourself to get lost sometimes, because you know that you are orchestrating the game and you will step right back into your power through your truth and your vulnerability. My body belongs to me and the Great Spirit. I am wild, I am free, I have no limits. I do what I want, with whom I want to. I know myself. I do what I need, I do as I please. I learn to trust again. I remember the pain, but also the beauty. I remember forgetting, but also my duty to remember who I am. I do remember and keep remembering. I become the reminder for others. Oh yes, I will. And nothing can stop me. No more. Never again. I am here. I remember. With that, I go into the reading. I have 3 decks in front of me. Oh, hello. You should be able to see those decks. So I'm going to move the camera a little bit because I think you can't see them at the moment. But I moved them. So most of you are probably watching later. It doesn't matter. The energy stays right here. The message is stored for you in this video. So whenever you watch, you make your choice. You can leave the comment under the video later as well if you wish so. If not, just choose a deck and receive your message. All right. I start with the first one this time, because sometimes I can play by the rules. Sometimes we can play by the rules. And sometimes we make the rules. The universe is smiling at you. The universe is telling you, whoever you are who chose this deck, but the message is already coming through. The universe is smiling at you. The universe is saying, it's all good. It's all good. Whatever you experienced, no matter what kind of depth you went through, you have enough power, you have enough strength, you have enough capacity, you have enough of self-control, self-discipline, self-mastery to contain your passionate, fiery energy and go out into the world and see what the world has for you in a way that you haven't perceived before, or something that you haven't known before. Life is calling you to go out there and open your heart wide open, just so open that you maybe haven't had the courage to go so openly before, because there are reasons why we go out and about in the world as a little bit constrained, a little bit of cautious, a little bit of trying to be in one way or another, trying to find the self-realization and success by playing according to some kind of rules that we think that could bring us happiness. Be it in the relationships, be it in the creation that you do, be it in whatever field in your life. But we are often cautious and we are constrained because we try to protect ourselves. We try to play little sometimes, just to avoid, losing something. But this one, the Knight of Wands, it tells you it's all good. It's all good. So you have had some fears, some doubts, some challenges maybe. Some crisis maybe even. Or you have had a lot of new enthusiasm and fire burning. And both of them, because anxiety and excitement are the same energy on different angles. So even if you have the excitement, you have the new energy, then there is still always also some kind of fear with it. Because the excitement oftentimes implies that there is something new. That there is something new opening up. And it is unknown. So if you are in the excitement and you are going for it so much, and then at some point there might be, oh my God, am I delusional? Am I imagining it? Is it real? What if? So, or it's the other way around, that you are lacking this energy of excitement and you feel so anxious and not knowing at all how to relate, how to go, what to do in the world, what to do with your life, how to be in your relationships. Well, the message is the same. It's all right. Continue doing whatever you are doing. Your energy is going in the right direction. Take mastery of your energy. Take the courage and just do what you need to do with a full open heart. Like, that's the key. Allow your passion to burn. It's time. You are ready. Right. So if you choose number 1, that was for you. I wish you an exciting week. And make sure you do something you have never done before. Number 2. Ooh, 2 cards. Wow. So what I was sensing when I was shuffling this deck, I was sensing this kind of, the message that came from me was, if you chose this one, then you are looking for some more depth, some peace, and this a peaceful way for going really deep with you. And again, similarly to the people who chose the first one, this message is also, but even more so, because whatever you are going through, whatever change is happening in your life at this moment, this is substantial. This is not just something that is here, now, in this moment. This is something that has a greater importance for you in your life, on your soul journey, like throughout this life. Because the cards, the 2 cards that came out, are the Death and the Hanged Man. So 2 cards that symbolize the ultimate letting go, deeply letting go and transforming and birthing into new you. Now the sentence that I need to say with these 2, these are major arcana cards. That's why I said that when you chose that message, then this message, it's not even only for this week, but it implies that whatever there is in this week for you, it is super important for your whole life, or for the bigger period or process that you are in your life at the moment. Something wants to transform itself completely. So those 2 cards, both about being able to let the life flow, to let go what needs to go, to let come what needs to come, because the depth, oftentimes they come together, right? So the Death is one of the most misunderstood cards in the tarot deck. People oftentimes associate death to something scary or negative, but the truth is that death, as the card, as the arcana, as the archetype, it rarely represents a physical death. It always means a rebirth, because the death, in fact, is always a rebirth. Something needs to die, something needs to go, so something new can be born, so you can move on into the next stage of integrity and wholeness within yourself. Now, the death, when this card comes out, it means that, you know, like you see this character on the picture, when the death comes, it just takes, you know, the rich and the poor, the kings and the beggars. It doesn't matter. It's the death. It just goes over to city and takes all that has to go. So it's the same in the metaphysical way. When this period is happening in your life, it's more painful to hold on to something than to let go. The letting go is not painful. The holding on is painful, because you are stopping the natural process, and it's absolutely pointless activity. Now, it's very human though, because in order to let go, you need to do an act, and now this is the nature of the hangman type of letting go, which is slightly different. So you need to make the shift in yourself voluntarily first. So when the death comes, when the huge transformation comes, when it's the principal step for you to die and move on in a new you, in a rebirthed you, resurrected you, then you need to deliberately and voluntarily just turn your world upside down at some point and just say, well, okay, I'm not controlling anything. I don't know what's happening. I have no clue. And I just allow myself to, you know, as you see in this card, he's hanging with his foot upside down. So basically, it metaphorically means that, all right, I'm just going to relax here, because, you know, the hanged man, he's not hanged from here, right? He's not going to die. He's just going to relax. And that's the only way. The only way. It's submission. That's the only way how this person can be ready for a true transformation in life, which is inevitable. The death is an essential part of life. We need the death, we need the cleanup, we need the rebirth, and we need to learn to be humble, to let go of all that we thought to be true, and to surrender, to submit to life, to put ourselves in that position. So this is a powerful one. This is a powerful one. This is a powerful message. So whatever it is, whatever it's happening, however this message touches you at this moment, just know that it is all right. And you are just asked, basically what you are asked is to trust and stay present. So do that. Trust, stay present, allow your world to be turned upside down, and then all that needs to go can go with ease. And you can continue in the whole new way. Number 2. All right. Number 3. So, if you chose number 3, ooh, that came fast. I didn't have I didn't have time to bring anything much forth yet, but it makes sense because the message here is relax. Just relax. Stop thinking. So the relaxation means relaxing your mind, relaxing your thoughts. This is the Four of Swords. The swords is the element of air, so it's connected to your intellect and your mind directly. Now the nature of the mind is to try to figure things out. Now the mind tries to figure out also the things that belong to the heart. And the mind tries to also figure out things that are not really about figuring them out, but about feeling them, doing them, embodying them. So, although the guy here on the card is laying in this very not moving position, it might not necessarily mean that you need to lay down for this week and just do nothing. It just means that you leave your thoughts quiet and continue your life doing whatever you are doing. For example, maybe you are building some kind of a new discipline or new structure in your life. Then keep doing it. Keep doing it without too many thoughts, because if you are in that process, if you are building up something new, if you're trying to move on from something that hasn't worked for you, then it doesn't help if you keep having the fight in your mind. And be aware that the only fight happening within is always in the mind. So this card asks you to relax. Just do what you do. Don't think of any new ideas, new things at the moment. If you have had like a heartbreak or a difficult situation a little while ago, then the message is the same. Leave it alone. Just leave it alone for a while. And from that rest, from that pause, you can continue figuring out. But you see, that figuring out goes to the new levels that liberate you, not keep you entangled in your own thought processes. I'm just seeing if this one is asking for something more or not. Right, makes sense. I had a feeling that this one wants a little bit more. And again, now when you receive this message for this week, then what you need to do right now, this is the Minor Arcana card, okay? Minor Arcana, the suit of swords. So that's what I already said. Keep your mind, keep your thoughts, stop figuring it out. Just do, just be, just rest. And why is it necessary for you, however, is a little bit of a bigger reason, again, on the journey of your soul, in your whole life, because this card is Hermit. Now the Hermit asks you to find your inner light, or re-find it, or take your time with yourself. It asks you to, for a while, stop the outside communications or lessen them as much as possible, so you could really find your own inner truth again. to really find, that certainty that I know who I am, I know where I'm going to, I'm always following my light, I'm always guided by my light. And that light is the light of the soul. That light is the light of the Great Spirit. That light is the only constant truth. And that light, when you are in connection with that deep essence within yourself, now that allows you to move in your life, really doing what you want to do, really trusting what you need at any given moment, and really trusting that you don't lose yourself because you know who you are. The Hermit is the one card in Major Arcana who is really about I know who I am, without any outer approvals, confirmations, informations. I just know. And I follow my light even if the whole world goes the other direction, because I know, because I see that. And in order to see that light, you need to go into the darkness of your own soul, of your own heart, of your own human experiences. Because in that darkness, you find the light. It's nowhere else. It's not outside of you, but all your experiences, the dark and the light, the shadow and the brightness of you, they are all you. You are what you are. So in order to find your light, if the light is already here, if there is nothing dark, nothing shadowy, you don't need to look for it. But you need to find the deeper light, the light that is there even when you feel that it's so dark, And when you find that light, it's never really dark. And you will not feel lonely, but you learn to embrace aloneness. And that's completely different thing. So this one is celebrating the aloneness. And in this week, as the first step or the most important thing you need to do is relax your mind, relax your thoughts, have a rest. Have a rest and find yourself again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May those messages go out. May they find you as you are. May they find you where you are. And may we have a blessed week ahead. So much love.